Hi everybody, Matt here from Matt Likes Comics. About a week ago, I put up a video of me walking around the Capital Comic Book Convention in Ottawa, Canada for the Spring 2026 edition. Now, of course, the video shows who I spoke with, the people I talked to, things I saw, walking around the dealers and all that stuff. But what that video didn't show was the pile of books that I picked up at the show. I got some keeners, some nothing too crazy, but a lot of fun books and a little bit of filler in some cases. But I enjoyed myself very much, and I got some books. And really, all that matters in this hobby is getting the books and reading the books, right? So, why don't we take a quick look at what we got? I got a few from this series. Now, everybody knows that the New Teen Titans with issue 41 became Tales of the Teen Titans. But it went on for a while, especially after the Baxter print, and it became a reprint title. Well, I picked up a few when Tales of the Teen Titans was still printing original stories. This is issue 49. This one I had as a kid. I really enjoyed the story. It's Kid Flash versus Dr. Light, and it's a pretty good one. And then I got issue 51, which is the issue right after Donna's wedding, which was Wonder Girl, if you don't know who Donna is. And 58. This is one of the last original issues of the run before it became the reprint title. But this one has the Fearsome Five in it, and I've always liked the Fearsome Five. At this point, of course, Dr. Light is no longer a member. They've replaced him with Jinx. But good story. Next up, working on Gold Key books that I like, but more importantly, working on a series that I really like. It is Grimm's Ghost Stories, number 6. And number 4. But wait, there's more. Issue 59, which is cool because this is the Whitman variant, which basically means at the time were the ones only available in the bags. So anytime you can get your hands on it, it's cool. Next book is just a pure cover buy, but I got it in the cheap bin, so I was very happy. This is Jeff the Land Shark number 4. I love him dressed as a dinosaur down at the bottom. Next up, these I saw in a dollar bin. Archies are fun. Just ask anybody. This is Jughead 208, which is a nice beach cover. And Big Ethel is there. And then 310. Next up, we have Laugh 362. The next book that I got is one that is Mike Grell's first cover doing Green Arrow. Grell had been drawing Arrow in Action Comics at this point, but he had never had a cover with Green Arrow before. This is Green Lantern Green Arrow issue 90, which is the first issue when the series came back in 1976 after being canceled with issue 89 way back in 72. Next up, The House of Mystery 230, great alien cover. Followed by The House of Secrets 138. The next book is really cool. I got this from Stefan at Doghouse Comics. For those that may or may not know, Stefan had a YouTube channel for quite a while. called Doghouse Comics, and I was one of his first followers, and always a big fan of the channel. Stefan has gone to lots of shows over the years, and I've bought quite a lot of books off of him because he had some of the best dollar bins that you could have in Ottawa at the time. Well, this time he had this thing out called "Make Me an Offer" in the box, and he had this in the box, Batman 187, which is an 80-page giant. It's all reprints of um, of Batman older stories, mostly the Detective Comics run of the mid to early 60s, early to mid 60s. But the key here is in the value. You can see there that it says $30 on the price. I offered him 10. He took it. So I was very, very happy. If you look at this spine, it is a really nice looking spine on a 80-page giant. It's just amazing that I got that for $10. Those who have watched my convention video would have seen that I was talking with Jeff Baglio. And he is the writer for a lot of the features here in Exciting Comics. And I picked up issue 40, which is one I was missing. And I was very excited. Jeff, of course, like every other Exciting Comics I bought, Jeff has signed it. And this is the, one of many I've bought over the years. So I'm very excited to have it. The next two, I cannot believe I got these in a, basically in a dollar bin, because they come from the era of this title's ending, which were very low print run. And that, of course, was Conan the Barbarian. Well, this is Conan 258. And Conan 266. What makes me happy about those is that of course, it's a 275 issue run. And there's, of course, 11 or 12 annuals or king size to it. Well, I only need 2 of the king size / annuals, but I'm down to less than 100 books to go now for my Conan run, so I'm very excited about that. Also, if you saw the video, you saw that I talked to a new group of people who've come in called War Chief Comics and Collectibles. They were from Akwesasne, which is a native reserve that straddles the Ontario, Quebec, and New York border around Cornwall, Ontario. And they were brand new. This was their first show, and they came up with some stuff. And I was able to get some pretty cheap, a couple cheap books off them that are really happy to get, because it's going to expand my knowledge about certain topics. This is Iron Man 229. Iron Man 271, which of course is starring Fin Fang Foom. We all know he's awesome. And Iron Man 295. The gentlemen at War Chief Comics were very friendly, and I talked to them for quite a bit after the video was done. They've got a love of comics, and I'm not sure if they have any website or whatever, but I'm pretty sure that, War Chief Comics and Collectibles is their only, I'm pretty sure they're the only ones with that name. So you may be able to find them online, but I hope they come to more shows in the next little while, because I'd like to buy more stuff off of them. Next up is a couple of Silver Age DC. We've got Girls' Romances 132, and it's a pure cover buy. Something about this cover made me really, really want to buy it. And at the same time I bought that, I bought a couple other books. Right here, because it's Go-Go checks, I bought Green Lantern 51. I'm not a big Green Lantern fan, as everybody knows, what I've mentioned. But you cannot go wrong with Go-Go checks, so here we go. Again, another thing that people know about me. I like the Go-Go checks. Can't help it. And the last one I'm going to show from that batch is Fear, Adventure into Fear 29. The Man Called Morbius, the Living Vampire. I think this is the last issue of the series, but I'm probably wrong when I'm thinking that. But I know it's near the end because it started as Fear and then became Adventure into Fear. So, but it had the Man Thing for a while, and then it became, like Morbius at one point, and it's a really cool series. Every issue from that series I've enjoyed. Next up, we've got a little more coming. We have Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen, number 86. A really cool Brainiac cover. And look at that gorgeous purple. The Brainiac Olsen team. The next couple, of course, are going to my Gold Key recent love that I've talked about, and of course, getting any chance I can to get more Gold Key books. I for cheap, especially, I go for it. This is Little Lulu 230, except for some writing on the snowman. It looks like it's in pretty decent shape, and I was very happy to get this. This one, of course, is from 1976. It says on the sticker. And I've got Mickey Mouse 188 from 1978. Now, those who have watched the channel for a while know I like to do a little bit of dad jokes. And as a result, I love to read dad jokes too. And that's why I bought Archie's Joke Book 255. And Archie's Joke Book 272. Working again on my knowledge of Marvel, I decided when I saw this one, because I like the cover for this, that I was going to get it. And this is Avengers 209. And the last one before I get into the bigger purchases for the day is Betty and Me 91. I know I buy way off their Archies, but one of the reasons I buy Archies is because, one, I like them. That's key. But second, I find Archie books are really good at filling holes in the top 10 lists when sometimes I'm a little lacking in the top 10 lists. For example, say summer or, beach covers, that kind of thing. Archie covers seem to come through with those, so I try to buy them when they're cheap to have nice little things to have on there. Anyway, I got 5 books left, and there's stories for all of them. The next 3 are all from Dave at Kaboom Comics. Alan and I did a little promo for him, and he thanked me and Alan by giving us some free books. But more importantly, the books that I got are ones that now I can say I have every single one of the books titled Superboy starring the Legion of Superheroes, sorry. This is number 205. (206) and 208. This now puts me in the position that I have the entire Adventure run, the entire Superboy and the Legion run, the entire Legion of Superheroes run. I just have to fill out my Superboy from before 190, I think is 197 as the first hole, but from there back, and of course, and which I'm doing because it's Superman, right? I think I have to just fill in the early Legion appearances, a few of them that I don't have, like an Adventure and Action and Jimmy Olsen, that kind of thing. So my Legion By the way, that's why I made sure my Legion thing was showing today, because I knew about these books, my Legion headquarters. But what it means for me is that, I am very close to being able to say I've got everything from the 1958 to 1984 Legion, which will very make me very happy. I need 3 from that Legion Volume 3 series, which are very hard to find. Even doesn't have them. They're on my want list. The last 2. First one is from local artist Craig Tailfer. Taifer. I always have a problem pronouncing his last name. You saw that in the video. But the fact is, he's an artist that's been in Ottawa for a long time, and I've actually bought a few things off of him over the years because I think he's a fantastic artist. And as you're going to see on this book, his style reminds me of Dave Stevens. This is Thrilling Tales of Vistas Unknown, issue 1. He has signed the book on the inside cover. That way I didn't get my art detracted from. You know the word. It is an amazing book. I flipped through it a little bit after I got it. Oh my God, the interior art is just as good. If you are a Dave Stevens fan, you should try checking out his website and maybe getting your hands on some of his art. He's really good. I will try to find the website and put it in the description below. The last one I got. This is the biggest purchase I made at the con. It's not a huge purchase in terms of monetary value and all that stuff, but it was a huge purchase for me, especially since Jerry Conway passed away in the last week. He was one of the co-creators of this character. I have her first appearance, but what I was missing was her first solo appearance, and this is Showcase 97, first solo appearance of Power Girl. This is a Joe Stanton cover, but she's just jumping out of the All-Star Comics pages, which is what they were trying to do with her here. I have the other 2 issues of Power Girl Showcase, so now that I have the 3, I feel like I've completed that there. I still need a couple of issues of All-Star to finish that run, but I've read them all, so because I have the collection, so I'm not in a rush to get those as much. That is what I got at the Capital Comic Book Convention. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe below. I particularly am interested in what books you like and which books you would be interested in getting. Or if you have books that are similar to these and think that I'd like, make a recommendation below. Thank you very much for joining me today. I had a blast at the show, and I'm happy with my purchases very much. Thank you very much. My name is Matt. I like comics, and I hope you do too. Bye, everybody.